Do you still need the Litchi app in 2018? And I think the answer is yes. And the main reason I say yes, even though it's 2018 and the newer drones, especially the 4 upwards to the Mavic Air, and now even the Mavic Pro 2 that's coming out very soon. A lot of the guys that I know have been flying their Mavic, especially on the app, the DJI app, Go4 app I should say, has been playing up, and they've had to backdate it. Well, a lot of them are going back over to Litchi, and I used to use Litchi, but at the moment I've gone back to the Go4 app and the Go app. But I still recommend getting the Litchi app, mainly because it is a backup. I love flying. I go out every week, 2 or 3 times a week. I fly a lot, and what upsets me sometimes, especially with the app, the DJI Go app I should say, it has its problems. I've been alright, but at least I know I've got a backup. And the other thing I tend to do now, especially if I'm using my Go4 app, is I have 2 devices. I take my phone out and my tablet. Now I'm still using an old Nexus 7 tablet. It's a 2013 model, and flying the standard, yeah, I have no problems, which is fine, because I found with especially the new Go4 app, if you've got the Litchi and the Go4 app, they seem to play up quite a bit, and there's no problem removing either app. You can always go back the next day and put on the other one. Now the price, can we justify the price? Now at the moment we're in July 2018, and at the moment I checked it last night and it was $21.99. If you do the bundle, it's $26.99, and the other one is the Osmo. Now, would I really want to use the Osmo Litchi app? I don't know. It's $9.99 separate. I don't tend to use. I have got an Osmo. I don't tend to use it very much anyway, so I just think the Litchi app's not a bad price. It does seem to differ, so keep an eye on it. I mean, sometimes you can get it cheaper, but I still think it's worth getting. Another thing you've got to remember with the Litchi app, there's a few things, even now, that DJI don't have, and obviously the main selling point for me is the waypoints. Now, Litchi have a ground station and a point of interest, and what it means really is you can set up your flight for the next day on your PC. You can go onto the site, the map I'm talking about, you can pick your route, you can change the camera settings, you can change the gimbal. Pretty amazing if you're into waypoints, that is. I don't use waypoints much. I don't even really use many of the modes really. I just enjoy flying the drone. So that's another bonus. With obviously also with the Litchi that you don't get with the app itself, the DJI Go app, is the FPV. This is where you can immerse. You can get a cheap pair of goggles on the market, about 25 quid. As long as you've got a decent phone, you get a good image. Yeah, it's all right, you know, it's not too bad. I found it still a little bit gimmicky. The head tracking thing, we got it to work a couple of times. If you check out my videos on the Litchi, you see how we got on over the past couple of years with the Litchi, but I still think it's still worth getting, especially as a backup. Okay, what I'm going to do now, I haven't used a Litchi for probably about a year now. No, sorry, I would tell a lie. I did use a Litchi on my phone 3 or 4 months ago. I was trying out the Spark just to see would the Spark fly with the Litchi. It does. Is there much point? Not really. There's a lot of different modes on the Spark that you don't get on the Litchi anyway, and I didn't really see the point of it. But it worked. But I'm going to try with the Phantom 3 standard, because I know a lot of you guys out there have still got the standard, or even still thinking about buying a standard. So I'm just going to set up the Litchi. I've got a lot of faith in it. It's going to fly, I know that. So just watch this. I'm just checking through it because I haven't used it for a long time, so it's obviously the first things. And obviously when you first download the Litchi, before you go out, just open it up because it will ask you a couple of questions. I think it answers you 5 things you got to tick, because if you don't do that and come out, you won't be able to fly the drone. So just remember that when you come out. Okay, so it's still warming up. It's just doing its GPS. I've got 8 satellites. Right in the left hand corner, what I would call is like a sergeant, American sergeant major stripy thing at the bottom there. That's your auto takeoff. The camera is the red button over the other side. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to bother the camera, I'm just doing this for a demo really, for the first time. We're all hooked up, so I'm just going to press the auto takeoff. The other thing about the auto takeoff, what I always find is, if it needs to be calibrated, if that drone starts waving all over the place, then I have to calibrate it. But other than that, I never calibrate. Now there's a little bit of wind, but we'll just see what happens. And I would say that is calibrated. And that's my favourite I've got in the Litchi App. I've never used this on this tablet for ages, but no problem. Just gonna put it forward, bring it back. And that's it. So if you're thinking about getting the Litchi, I would get the Litchi, give it a go. It's got some things on there that you're not going to see on the Go or the Go4 app. Is it worth the money? I don't know, but I still think it's a handy tool to have as an extra, especially if you're flying a lot. Or even worse, if you're running this as a business, because the DJI apps do tend to play up sometimes, and having the Litchi as a backup, I think could save you all day. Anyway, as I always say, keep watching, because I'm always bringing out plenty of vids. I'm going to do quite a few vids on the Litchi now. There's been a few people asking about the Phantom 3 standard using the Litchi. So yeah, keep watching, fly safe, and I'll catch you again on the next one.